Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the today's stream, and I'll be working on a Pinecone shader today. It was suggested by one of my friends, so I'm really excited to tackle this project. I think this is going to be a good one because I have to generate the pattern itself and then add noises to it to generate the height map, and then we'll be working on the color map, and that's how we are going to do this. This is going to be very interesting, probably challenging as well. So it's gonna, hopefully let's not make it a longer stream, but I'll try to wrap it up quickly because I wanna try working fast to improve myself. So this should be a good challenge. Let's see how long it takes for me to get satisfied with the result I make today. So let's get started. Oh, this is the material. This is the reference that we got, so this should be a good one. It looks very fish scale like, right? Like we have tackled this pattern before, so I think that is a good place to start, like, just to get the feel. So we'll be making this pattern first and then we'll add on top of it. So let's not think about how this looks right now. We'll just do this immediately. Hello Kaju, how are you doing? Hi. So yeah, let's work on this one. So let's add a new material. Oh yeah, let's add this. I'm gonna hide this surface first, and then I'm gonna take a plane and I'm gonna work on this itself, so should be fun. So yeah, if you guys have any questions at any point, please let me know. I'd like to answer them as well. But let's make sure we have a good time today. So let's scale this by maybe 5 and let's separate them into XYZ. So yeah, what I was thinking was maybe I should, yeah, this one particular shape, I think we should tackle it by making a vector map of hexagons. So let's quickly build a hexagon. The way we can do this, we can use a combine XYZ node, 0.5, and this will be square root of 3 by 2. Yep, the max will be that and the min will be, yeah, let's do this, but -1. This will be our minimum. And let's see what else. We do the same thing, but we'll add this back right there. Exactly. Now vector math length, same thing here. Mix color math less than maybe. This should do it. Is it not working? Oh, okay. That is a mistake. Of course. There it is. It's okay, it's greater than. And immediately I can see like there is a little bit of vector rotation, like, you know, color distortions happening. That is because we are using AJX color space, but we can turn it back to filmic so that, you know, there is no distortions. Color space is basically distorting, so anyway, it's fine. Technically we don't really need that because I can technically understand what's happening here, so with the color distortions itself, so I think that's all right. So let's bring this back. Now the step is to basically make this shape and this shape. So let's take vector math, add, let's also take a length. Let's do greater than, yep. Let's also do a subtract to basically place it. Could there be a reason why this is acting this way? Not sure, but should be interesting to see nonetheless. Let's do scale and let's add this. There it is. I'm curious on if this does anything. Oh, there it is. Let's do 0 here. And I think it's better if I look at filmic again, because I can tell what's happening now. There it is. Minus 0.5. Is that it? Let's just separate XYZ. That's very interesting. Nah. Vector math. Separate XYZ. Wait, is it actually true? There it is, yeah. It is technically wrong. Like we imagined. -1. That's perfect. Wow. Does it look like a pinecone? Doesn't seem to look like a pinecone, so oh, that was interesting though. I never made this pattern this way before, so this is the first time I did that. So I'm very confused. I'm only a tiny bit confused though, but I'm just seeing, is this how I did it? Very interesting. Let's take a look at how that looks. It's sorry about that. I might not be correct about this, but this definitely looks nice, so no complaints. I never thought I'll make this pattern, so I would consider it as a bonus maybe. But yeah, how does this look? It's a circle and then this. Maybe I have another theory. I'm glad that I did this because now I want to see if there is any different way I can do this. Pinecones, yes, hi Jesse. Welcome. I have hard time to understand smooth min and max. I'm not very good at math, but I know some. Please keep it simple. Hi bro, please tell me. Sorry about that. I did not really see the message, so now I'm saying it. The easiest way I can do this is how can I do this? Let's do a gradient. Give me 1 second. Let me try to find something. Just give me 1 second, okay? I have a way to do this, so I'm just checking if I can find it on time. Let's maybe let's search it. If not, I have to open another okay. In the meantime, I'm going to explain it to you better than what I generally do. So yeah, just give me a second. Sorry about that. There it is. Let's see. Can I find it? This got to be the most important file that I ever made. I think I might actually find it for you. So anyway, in the meantime, any other material suggestions? Let's see the backup. YouTube Vector Math Masterclass. Okay, found it. Perfect. Can you see this by any chance? Kajusuma. So the way I'm doing this, perfect. Okay. Perfect. Okay. This is exactly what I wanted to show you. So I'm very happy that I found this exact node setup to explain smooth minimum and smooth maximum. Actually really glad. So let me quickly try if I can. So this is sine and this is the line, and then this is maximum. Okay, I'm gonna change smooth minimum and maximum, but I'm gonna also put this right there in the distance. Let's call this smooth for now. Okay, so we have just doing this. So we have one graph here. Okay, let's consider that to be this, the sine graph, right? On top of that, we next have, let me see if I can change the color of this. Okay, I really wish I can change this color. So what I'm gonna do is group input, Control C, Control V, put it right there, Control C, change to color, let's call this line color. Okay, can you see this? Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna make this a very, yeah, let's make this a pinky color for now. Okay, so we have this one, you know. On top of that, let's also add another line, which is this. So now we have two different colors, but there are two different graphs, right? So what maximum or minimum, let's see which function we're using here. We're using minimum. So let's take this particular region, right? There is graph 1 and graph 2. So which graph is lower, like minimum, which is lower? So this one is the minimum of these two in this particular region, only until here. So the graph is going to output only this section till here. And here, and in this section where this one, the graph 2 is more than graph 1, which means 1 is minimum and 2 is maximum. So after the graph reaches here, it's going to take this one as our output. And again, which one is minimum in this C region? This one is minimum, so it's going to output this. And again here, it's going to output this line. Here, the bottom line. So what I'm trying to say here is that, yeah, for coordinate system 3, let's change the color to something. Yeah, do that. Yeah, look at this. So I'll give you this one. That is minimum. I mean, you can tell, right, like why there is this minimum, because in this region this is the minimum, and here this is the minimum. So yeah, that is smooth, that is minimum. So now smooth minimum is basically going to, where is it? We have to go inside maybe. Yeah, smooth minimum is going to just make this intersection smoother. That's it. That is basically how it is. Yeah, see, it is gonna make it smoother. That is smooth minimum. Okay, let's change to 0. Now let's change smooth maximum. You can tell immediately what's going to happen. Reason being, in this area, this is the maximum of the two graphs, right? And in this area, the maximum is this one. So you know, it's gonna bring that up. So this is how the maximum is going to look like. So that's basically it. So we have two functions, and you know, it'll just take the minimum of the both functions and it'll give you a graph. So I hope you understood what I'm trying to say. But yeah, this is a visual way of understanding, and I try to create this thing for my animations, and I'm actually happy that I did it, which is great. I can't believe I did all this stuff. Damn, that was a long time ago. Anyway, let's get back to the Pinecone. I tried not to go too mathy on this, so forgive me about that. But yeah, I'm happy if you understood. Cool. There's another way. I think I probably made a mistake. Pinecones are probably, like, you know, offsetted by half, like general things do. So what I'm gonna do is do fraction. Okay. Yep. Let's do snap as well. A floor. Separate XYZ. Math. Multiply. Modulate. Yeah. Do the y-axis. I'm checking if this doesn't need, we can also do this. We don't have to do that because with floor modular or not, we're still gonna get that offset. But yeah, for now, let's because less nodes are better, I feel. So yeah, I was thinking maybe you can try it here with the same method. See if that works. Let's see, we don't need that. Ooh, that's very interesting. I realized that. I'm trying to make weird looking patterns now, so that should be fun. Oh wow. Okay, let's see how can we do this. At about 0.5 maybe. We can't get this down. Yep, right about that. Seems good. 0.5. Yeah. Let's also add that. Let's duplicate this. Let's see. We need to change it. So what I'm gonna do next is let's do 0. Zero and see that. Yeah, let's line up this to minus 0.5 to see if we are correct. Yeah. Let's keep this at 0. Adds up. We have 2 inputs. It's just a attribute, Kalju. I think it's let's say I take a texture coordinate object node and separate XYZ and then make a repetition with modulo and use a greater than node. Is there a way I can make that fall off after the greater than? No, it's not possible. It's not. You have to use a subtract node for the fall off rather than the greater than node, because greater than is just giving you a value, a sharp value between 0 and 1, right? So unfortunately that's not possible. Let's see. Let's go to 7. About that. Okay, let's yep. Let's do 0.5 here. This is 0 there. I'm just seeing what am I doing now. Like this, I'm probably doing the most stupidest thing right now, but look at this. I never did like a texture like that before. I'm having new ideas. Wow. Yeah, I need to get that mask, so hello, Rob. Hi, how are you doing? Really nice to see you here. Really amazing. I'm trying to make a. I already tackled the shape, but it's just that I'm not able to figure out why I'm not able to find it. So technically, if you think about it, it's basically three spheres, right? Like locking onto each other to make this pattern, right? So this is where our shape is. And the more farther these two get, or like, more outside it goes away, it's gonna, yeah, we just need this intersection. That is what this is. Like this is circle, there's another circle, another circle. So we have to get that. We already have it, this one, but we need one down as well. So that is what I'm trying to do right now. So that should be an interesting thing to do. So let's see if we can do that. What if we, yeah, I see it now. Bring this one up maybe by one. Yeah, and then what I'm gonna do next should be interesting. Let's do -1. And -0.5. Yeah, exactly. That's all right. Let's quickly see if this, can we line this up? Yeah, we are almost there. I'll tell you why. We have this mask now, and then we have this mask, so that's good. We need the other half mask to start with. Is this how I should tackle it? Or else I have another hypothesis. Let's do another thing. Let's subtract 0.5. Yep, let's do this first. I'm gonna delete everything. Let's scale everything by twice. Separate XYZ. Oh, actually, let's see where our okay, yeah, you see that now. Greater than. Here is some mistake that we have done. We floored it. We took it. We modulated it. We shifted it along one direction and we added it back. And I think we should have definitely done this. make that happen. And for this to work, I think what we did here, I mean right here, this would have been perfect, considering the fact we don't have to do all this stuff. We can directly go there to get the packing almost perfectly right. Yep. Right there. It's right there, exactly right there. So I think scaling this by twice was never a problem. Multiply. Yeah, let's do scale. I thought I can do something, but just because I figured out something before, I'm gonna complete that. Like if I use function like modulo, I know that how modulo is gonna make that repetition, but I have no idea for ping pong who he know where to put and white. Sorry Kaja, I'm not able to understand your question. If that's okay, can you rephrase it? That would be nice. Okay, so what I figured out is, before I tackle this one, I just figured out I can make an amazing pattern, so I'm gonna just complete that really quick. So I never did this before, so I'm very excited for this. So let's quickly do this. Vector math, multiply. Let's do 1 and 1 for now. 1 and 1. Yep. Let's do 0.5, 0.25 maybe. Look at that. That's cool, right? Now what I'm gonna do is take the scale, vector math. I'm gonna add separate XYZ. Let's do this. Half of combine XYZ. I'll tell you why I'm doing this now. Multiply by 0.5. Okay, that's what's happening, which is fine. I think it's easier if I do it from here maybe. Okay, that's not working. Okay, I had a hypothesis. Before I do that, let me quickly take this vector math, length. Oh yes, greater than 0.5 or greater than 1 maybe. That will basically give us that. Yeah, perfect. Vector math, .5 maybe, right there. Yeah, so what I have to do here is scale everything, but make a length. Where is that? Multiply this value 1 and 0.5. So I'm going to put a combine XYZ node, 1 and 0.25, because this is something which I'm very passionate about now, making as many patterns as possible for different things. Right there it is. Right about that. So 1, yeah, that is basically the X and Y. So what I'm going to do is separate. X will go right to the XYZ. Perfect. Let's do combine XYZ. Right towards the X. And the Y will go directly towards this, to the greater than, or maybe less than. Perfect. Reason being, I want to do a vector math node again. I have to scale this. I have to scale this by that value. You see that? And that value is going to be, I think, the x, or more, probably half of it, half of x. Oh, sorry, let's this one. Or maybe math. Let's do vector math, yeah. Let's just scale. So twice of that, yeah. Oh, look at that. Yep, this is exactly what I was looking for. So the reason why I like this one, like look at this. Separate x, y, z, x and y. Now I have all this. So now I have a new pattern which I can use my math stuff on top of it. So really looking forward to this one. So I'll show you what else can be done here. So let's just leave everything just like that, but let's also add a white noise node, white noise texture, and change this to 1D. Let's plug our white and let's just multiply this. Look at that. I mean, now you have random stuff. This is probably the best thing. So let's see the messages again. So I mean, how ping pong function know where it has to put black and white values, I mean logic behind it. So ping pong is pretty simple as well. So I'm gonna quickly show you what ping pong does. Let's go to the axis again. I think I'm going to do something really quick to show what ping pong does. For now, I think let's go function 1. Instead of sine, let's make it ping pong, right? Okay, perfect. I hope you can see the function values. I'm putting a ping pong value of 1. So this unit is just 0.5, okay? Just to make sure, like you guys know, I'm gonna draw something. This is 0.5. This is 1. This is 2. Sorry, this is 1.5. This is 2. 2.5. 3. Okay, understood for now. And now let's see what's happening. So with ping pong, when I take a value, when I do it 1, it starts from 0 and it goes all the way up to 1, which is the second socket, and you know, and comes back to 0 again. So that's technically what's happening. I also have to make sure, like, you know, I do this instead. This is better, I feel, because now each unit is only 1 unit. So let's do this again. So this is 1. I mean, sorry, this is 0. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. And this is 4. And same way, this is 1. This is 2. This is 3. Cool. So now you know like what exactly is happening here. It starts from 0, goes all the way up to the second input, which is 1, and comes all the way back to 0 again. So if it's 0.5, it starts from 0 again. Linearly, it goes up to 0.5 and comes back to 0 again, and goes to 0.5, comes back to 0. So, and if you do it 0.3 now, it goes all the way from 0 to 0.3, come back to 0. 0 to 0.3, come back to 0. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening behind ping pong. Hope you understood that. Yep. Anyway, that's it basically. So let's get back to our previous Pinecone stuff. I know I completely distracted from making the pine cone to something else. The reason being I had an idea and I really wanted to try it real quick. So let's do multiply. Let's make this 0. So now there is like a proper offset, but also like look at this. It's random. Perfect. Now yeah, that's a new. I think I'm gonna add this to the tile kit as well as a new pattern because I've seen this pattern several times before. So I'm glad I made it. And let's see if the other values work as well. Technically it should work, so there it is. Yep, it works. I'm like, yeah, I think that's as close as you can get, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Like, I'm very happy with that, actually. But yeah, let's not push the limits, I guess. And you can always add randomness to this. And even this here. That's perfect. So, unintentionally, I made a new texture, so which is perfect, I feel. But yeah, it's probably not what we are looking for anyway. I think I know what to do here. Let's do that. Let's take all this, right? And change to mix color, vector math, scale. Let's quickly. That's it, huh? Let's see if this is working. Okay. It's definitely not connecting, so I think I have to make it -2 here. Now this is connecting, so that's perfect. Next up, let me quickly bring this down because I do like this pattern as well. I never did this pattern before, so I'm gonna keep that. So we made 3 different patterns today. 1, 2. That was very interesting. So I don't wanna gamble on that because that's good. So next up, I wanna duplicate this to see if I can make something different as well. Okay. I hope I can do something. Let's do 0 again. Let's look at this. You see that? That's a good place for a new texture, isn't it? I mean, you can add one more here, right there. That'd be perfect, don't you think? I know I'm doing something weird, but trust me, we are getting there. I'm s- my stream shows ads. My channel is not monetized, so I'm not sure uh, how much dollars you make. Zero. It's a big zero. That's how much I make through this channel. Oh god, that is so funny though. Honestly, I did not expect my channel to have ads, which is good. I feel, which means like people are watching, so that's fine. It's to zero here. So next up, let's try to change this up real quick. 0.1. Okay, cool. Let's do 1. But yeah, let's keep that there. 0.5 maybe. Yeah, let's do 1/3 again. 2/3. I don't know why that works, but that number seems very interesting to me. I was thinking like, why did this happen like this, and why did I come to this? So that was my question. So very interested to find out. Yeah. So that's a good start, I feel. Okay, let's see if we can fix that. 0. Okay. P. -1. -2. I'm totally flunking this somewhere, so I'm not sure why that's happening. Sorry about not checking the stream. I quickly wanna go back to one of my previous materials. What did I do here? Subtract, okay. So technically I'm doing correct. It's the same thing that I've been doing, but I have to do in a different directions. Interesting. Let's try that. Let's not do this. 0, 0. Right about that. Right about that. 0.5. And where is that value? This one. Let's copy this. You see what's happening? Right there. What happens if I scale this by 2? Very interesting. It's gonna come this way, and then it's gonna wrap up this way. I think I should probably mute this instead of deleting this every time, because it's definitely very helpful to see why. Okay, next let's also add same values. Just check. Sorry about that. Sorry for this. Sorry for any interruptions in the, what to call it, in the ads, because I did not realize like my channel can actually produce ads. I don't know if I can stop it. But yeah. Anyway. It shouldn't be possible. That's very interesting that it's actually showing ads. Let's do dot product. Yeah, it's technically the same. I don't know why. Yeah, right there. Okay, I'm thinking this could be square root of 1 by no, of 3 by, okay, that's not it. 1 by square root of 707, 1 by square root of 3. Yep, that's it. That's perfect. Perfectly aligns with what we are looking for. So we want this to go up, maybe up. Yeah, let's lower this down to minus, or this one, this value, but it's got to be minus, and this is got to be 0.5. So we kind of did it, but is it working? Yeah, it's perfectly aligning. Okay, let's keep this quite down, and the reason why I'm building this is because once I'm done with this, our whole thing is properly done. We can copy that stuff here as well to this one, because yeah, why not? Like, let's do that next. Let's do 0 here. I mean, some value. Let's do 0 and 0 first. And it's gotta come right about there. -1. Let's do 0.5 here. And let's copy the same values. Here's the same thing. Length, thresholding. Let's give the same value here. But now it's in this corner. We need to make it this corner, the other corner. So that is negative. Okay. There it is. Now we got that. Let's quickly change that value to being something. Let's make this 0. Can you see that? The green stuff gotta be greener. Let's do -1 minus this value, like the same value. Let's copy this, paste it right there. This gotta be minus 0.5. Sorry if I'm not checking the chat again. Really worried if I'm doing something wrong. But yeah, like, can you see like why this is? I can do one thing. I can take a value node, copy this value here to this, right? And duplicate this, connect this both there. I'm checking what is stopping me from making this into a pine cone, you know? Okay, I kind of think there's definitely some, yeah. Look at that. We need this part, maybe, like this one and this one as our new masks. So we have to tackle that masks as well to make it complete. So we need to keep this mask and this mask under one roof so that, you know, the other one will stay down. I don't know if that will work, but you can give it a try. But yeah, that is a fish scale material. So how much dollars I make? I don't make anything. I make literally zero, like I said. And stop shouting at me. Oh god, that is so funny though. Okay, this value could go beyond, I guess. See, I kind of made a new material here, which is very interesting. Because with this, right, I'm gonna get that and that. We can use a math value. Multiply right there. Yep. Use that to scale something and do that maybe. I don't know about that. I'm actually questioning, should I do anything? Okay. Let's also separate this. Let's subtract greater than 0. Let's multiply that as well to see if that will help anything. Okay, there it is. So let's give this a same as this one, but let's make this negative. Okay, that is good. I'm gonna do the same thing, except we're gonna do greater than now, less than. Not sure if that will work, but I'm quite curious to see what will happen. I mean, technically at the moment I'm just making progress. Huh. Wow. Actually, wow, what the hell? This can be a crazy pattern if I complete this. Okay, think about this. I'll try to make this into a tile. Except let's do vector math length. I never even thought of that. Subtract. That's like an eye. Whoa, that is pretty cool actually. Very interested. But yeah, let me see how did I make the fish scales material. Yeah, that's exactly how I made it. Yeah. Let's take a look at this. Take that. Take that. And just do that. Less than has to be a value of, yeah. Okay, we are correct. We are correct. We are on the correct direction. And then you do this next. And then you multiply the star and the other side. Subtract that and do that. Yeah, we're almost there, don't you think? We got till maybe here. Yeah, that's cool. We can work on that, sure. What happens if we complete this little arc? How would that look? Let's take a look at that. Okay, interesting. Like what? Sorry about that. What my plan was to take this and that would make this whole thing look crazy. Exactly. It'll make that. And that is actually the pattern that we are looking for. So, wow. We are one step away from it. It's just we need to just mask this area out. I'm seeing what gives you that area. Can you see that? What I'm doing? I'm probably doing it wrong, so should be very interesting. This is R&D stuff, so it could be very boring for people who haven't who have no idea about what I'm trying to do here at the moment. Let's bring this right there. Okay, now let me quickly bring this down and try to get this. Let's do length again. Let's do less than. Same value. See that? Wow. Let's scale this up. Let's subtract some value there. Yeah. Let's do 0 and 0 here. Let's see where this will end up. That's all right. Right about that. One maybe. Yeah. What happens if I multiply this and this? I don't know how far this is actually. That's very interesting. Okay, I might do another take. Just because I do like this pattern where we ended up with. I wanna just use that for something else. So let's use that and see if we can make something different. It's actually very yes, apparently it reminds me of a peacock. That's really nice. Yeah, peacock is good. That could be wheat kernel. What's a wheat kernel? Let me just quickly Google that. Oh wow, that's very interesting actually, because I'm trying to just generate different patterns at this point, and yeah, because I have no, I know my end goal is this, but I'm trying to see how far I can push like the pattern itself, because I'm doing R&D right now. I mean, like basic research and development stuff, and I just want to see if whatever I do is doing anything basically. .5 and minus let's do this. Sorry, I want to quickly grab this value because it's very important. I don't want to type it every time, so I'm just want to quickly paste it and see if I can, not that, sorry. Okay. Let's say 1 plus the greater than, yep. I'm gonna keep this at 0, and we have to just match the, let's do one thing. Let's do absolute as usual. Okay, we are lining that up, so this gotta be 0.5. Yeah, for now let's just leave that there. We have that. Our mask is that, so let's create another mask. I hope I can figure out something with this, honestly. Oh, look at that. That's right about that, minus 0.5. Okay, now let's change this up. Yeah, it's right about that. That is correct actually. Now we need different masks, this and this. So let's multiply these two, and we can get another mask. that mask. Yeah, exactly. Can you see that? That's exactly what we're looking for. Almost there. Answers are almost there. What am I supposed to do next? I wanna complete this area maybe. Yeah, that would be cool. Just trying to do the next area, so that's good. The other area is here. We need to do something about that. Okay, let's quickly duplicate this. Separate that. Paste that one right there. Just a 0 and 0. Is it the same value that we're looking for? Yeah, this and this are same, so nice to I need to check if the values are correct again. And I master this one particular, that one thing I'm not able to do it, so I think I should be able to take that to the next level maybe. With this, I know this value is 0.777, so I think I know the value somewhere here. More versus this one. Yep, let's copy that. Oh, okay, that's what's happening. We're raising one from this side and that side. Okay, I know what to do. You rate from this side, which is perfect, and you should rate from this side. Don't you think? That will basically make the whole thing perfect. I mean, I'm totally jumping around here, but but I think I figured it out. Let's mute everything else. And even this, maybe. Let's check this one first. 0.5. Yeah, that's okay. Perfect. Now we want the other side, which is this one. But my plan is to basically align these two things. I don't know if that's possible, but let's try. Yep, that is one thing I think. I'm pretty sure this should be the way, but let's see. I'm quite not sure anymore. And I want the other one to be this way. So let's see. This is that. So I'm gonna quickly duplicate this. Do that. Yeah, that side. Perfect. Now, since we did that, woo! Look at that, we made another pattern. That's perfect actually. Now we have the opportunity to... Oh, lovely, lovely. That is actually very interesting. So I made three different patterns now. So I'm very happy about that. Do you see why this looks good? Bah. Bruh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete everything else and keep this one separate because I really like how this looks and I don't want to ruin it. So making of the pinecone turned into making of patterns. So what else do we have? We have one pattern here. We have another pattern here. We have another pattern which I'm still work in progress, and we have another pattern here. We have 3 patterns that we made and we have more to do, so that's really good. But yeah, I'm going to duplicate everything that I did here and try to come up with the final one, which is the pinecone texture. So let's see. Let's decrease this or increase this maybe. Can you see where I'm going with this? Wow, I did not realize it can get this weird. But yeah, I'm really glad like I tried to do this actually, because now I have a new way to make this pattern. I never even my entire life I thought I can do stuff like this. That's really cool actually. The reason why I'm saying this is good is because like now I can try to separate XYZ and try to make a height map out of this. And it'll all be fine. We already have this and this to get that and that. So we can use that to generate our height map. So let's do this. Instead of less than, let's do subtract. Subtract to this gradient and this gradient. To get that gradient. So that is exactly my plan. And then we have this, and then we can find that and combine them into making a nice looking gradient which we can use for our own needs. Maximum maybe. That is cool. What happens if I do subtract? Look at that. You see that? That is exactly this. And now let's take the other one. Take this and that. You see? One is out of place. Anyway, we have the mask, so it's fine. This one and this one. Sorry about that. This one. We give it that mask and we have the gradient, so that's cool. Next we need the other mask, so we need to find this gradient, which we already did kind of. So what happens if I just do a maximum? Sorry about that. So you get that, but you have that weird looking edge. But I'll try to fix that somehow. I don't even know if that is possible, but that is something which we can work on, I guess. The way I think I should probably tackle that is by taking this, taking that, and just trying to merge those along with that. So separate this. I don't even know why I'm doing this at this point, because I want to tackle the Pinecone next, but I keep saying that and I keep trying to do this pattern because it looks really cool and I want to do this. Subtract from 1. For that, let's absolute it. 0.5 maybe. Yeah, now let's take this. We have this and that, so let's do minimum with this and this. We'll get that. Is that and this the same? Yep, it is technically the same. Let's take this maximum and let's do like a small Is that it? Like, I mean, should I multiply this by 5 by this? Not negative, but positive. Yeah. That's kind of it, maybe. Let's see, subtract. Yeah. It's very interesting, but I don't think it is that. Yeah, it can't be that easy though. Yeah, definitely it's not that straightforward. We have to normalize this. Since we use minimum, we don't have that opportunity. But the problem is we can do it exactly how we did it, but using this setup, because we have that edge now. So let's see if that works. Let's do length here. Let's get that. Math, multiply, subtract. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe 0.5 and point. Okay, let's do this again. But let's do this one, but let's do divide instead. Let's subtract. That's really cool, actually. Exactly. We have that length, and then now we have this length. I don't even know if that is correct, but you know, I'll take it. Yep. Have this, we can minimum those, and finally we can take our beloved where is it? Is it this? Not that. Is it this? Nope. Is it that? Nope. Is it this? Probably. Minimum that with this. Yep, of course it doesn't work. We have to generate that too, which is fine. But technically we did achieve what we are looking for. All we have to do is just multiply this by this gradient. That kind of being, sorry about that, I'm not checking the messages. I'm just still working, so just focusing on that. Multiply, and then finally let's put this right there, but with multiply. Yeah, kind of works. It looks really cool though. And see if this does anything. It kind of does, so I'm very happy about that. Oh, look at that. That is definitely useful. But I think we kind of did it, so let's duplicate our beloved this and this setup, because I want to check if I can do something else. No. Subtract, no, not scale. Add, let's do that and that. Instead of doing full, let's do half of this, maybe 0.5. No, not that. Yeah, kind of like scales. Yeah, basically it's kind of like scales, but I already made like a scales generator. I'll show you what I did there. It's definitely not the same way I did it, but so yeah, this is the shape which we made. It's a different way of making scales, like, you know, like look at the UVs, undistort to make them. Yeah, it's a different way of doing it, but I definitely have a, like, it has more controls to make it more flatter and everything, and also it goes sharper. Like, it's a very proper scale texture if you ask me, but I use a very different technique to that. Like, I did not make it through what to call it, I did not make it via hex style generator, but I made it via the other one, which is the regular brick bond. But yeah, I'm very curious on trying different things, because this definitely works as Pinecone, but it wouldn't. So that's why I'm looking what have I done wrong compared to my previous setup, you know, in general. This is what I was looking for. So my plan was to recreate this, but I've been doing something wrong, which I'm not sure to correct. Let's copy this for now. Sorry about that. I have a theory on why it is not working exactly like I intended it to. Where is that? Pinecone. Okay, but it's just a theory because whatever I'm doing here is technically the same as, like, you know. Okay. Let's subtract, add warp length. Everything is good, and that is a problem. Not sure why that is working. Oh, 0.33. Okay, that works, which is technically what I intended it to do anyway. And then what did I do next? I'm kind of breaking it down to different things, so I'm not sure why. Let's do this next. Okay. We use the same technique as well. Did I do -1 here? Yeah, exactly. That's the only way. It's just the values are very complicated, you know. Oh, what happened? Okay, so I did that and that, except that's cool. Let's do a value node for this, that. Okay. Let's do that for now. Oh, okay, that is something which I would do. And let's see what I did next. Before that, let me quickly add this fish scale. Oh, okay. Okay, why is this different from what I was having there? It is definitely the same. Okay, and yeah, that is true. This, and this. Wow, I was so close actually. The edge fixing, let's just copy all of this. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay. And how far am I here? Okay, I'm very far off actually. Ah. Okay. I can close this. I can give a value. I was just wondering why that did not work. Okay, here it is. So it is slowly moving up. After this, it is becoming that and coming back to the start again. Okay, very interesting. But yeah, that's very good. My plan is to make it a little bit more rigid. And is there a way to do that? The only way I can think of is by adding noise to this. So probably not the best idea, but I think it's something which we can all think about. That is definitely... Oh, I'm just looking at weird results because sometimes they might make a nice pattern. Here it definitely doesn't because, you know, yeah, max 1 is the key. So in this particular way, I think about 6.5 is a good start. 6.5. Cool. Just use this one and compress on Y to get the Pinecone vector. Yeah, this is definitely the Pinecone vector. It's nothing. I'm just wondering, like for now, imagine without this setup, I mean with the same setup, I kind of made similar tiles that I used to do before, but never in my life I made so many unique ones. Like this one, I never tried it in this particular way. It worked. I was very happy with this one too. Just this one. Is it this one? I'm not sure about this one, but I can work on that because it has potential to be something unique, but I don't know. But yeah, this is definitely one of my recent favorites. I've seen tiles like this before, so that should be interesting to take upon as a challenge. But yeah, just wondering if I can... Okay, let's see some different things. Separate XYZ. Wait, what? Okay, correct. Sorry. We need like a vector math length. Math subtract from 1. I do think we have some of those. 2, 3. Is it that? Yeah. I'm just checking by different values. Okay, we are kind of evolving it, so we're also shifting it. I'm actually so surprised like how I did this before. I have a weird way to do some things, but this is definitely one of my recent. Wait a minute, let's think about it. Okay, we're adding this definitely, but let's take this one, vector math, do length here maybe, and yeah, this should definitely coincide with that exactly towards the edge. So this edge's gotta be something. Was it this much? Okay, look at that. Math, divide. I think that's it. So I need to get those two gradients as well, which I think we already have, which is that and that maybe. This math, subtract. Rather than from here, let's do from here maybe. But also let's do multiply by 2. Sorry, 2. And this one's got a mean. What's meant by that? Okay, right about there. I'll come back to this value because I kind of know what to do there. It's just this and this. Let's just subtract. Let's do minimum. Yeah, what was I thinking here? Why did that work before? Why is it not working now? Yeah. Okay, that is what's happening there. It's definitely not that. So next up we need a gradient from this angle. I think we do have it, but I don't know where exactly. So what happens if we do dot product instead? There it is. Power square root. I wonder if you could just use this and compress it on y-axis to generate the Pinecone. Yeah. So my plan was to get a distance function from the edges, and I'm pretty sure I did it in a weird way before. Because let me check. In the same tile kit, if you see, I used a SDF generation like same way that I'm doing right now, like doing the length, subtract, smooth, minimum stuff. Like I'm doing it in 3 different directions now, but yeah, like this whole thing, I didn't want to copy it exactly. Reason being, I'll tell you why. Where is it? Pinecone. Don't save. I'll show you the difference. So this one, we have the length and the value being minus 0.77577. There is a reason for that. That is square root of like math 1. How can I show you this? Yeah, I can do another thing. 1 by cube of 3. See, that is that value. This is the value. So instead of length, what I'm thinking what to do with that. Yeah, because like if I connect this there, no, that probably this one. It kind of works, but it's not exactly the same value. Yeah, this value is needed. Yeah, it is needed. And then I think it's also supposed to have an effect here, but instead of this, we'll be using that. Okay, it's doing too much. So what if we do perfect. Suggest a value for this to look good. Let's see what I did here anyway. I'm generating the SDF in general, like taking this and moving it and subtracting it from this value. Oh god, this is such a messy way to do this actually. But also like makes sense because there has to be a better way to do this, but I don't think so. For now, we can take that math map range. Actually, map range is better. I feel like I'm using MixRGBs a lot more than before, but yeah. But yeah, before this, I quickly want to complete a few other tasks as well. I was thinking looks perfect, but it's not. But yeah, definitely this does look good. So I was thinking, what is the way to go? Yeah, perfect. Let's change this to 1. Till here, I think it's good. Yeah. Next up, we have this. Kind of know what to do, but I'll show you what I mean by. Wait a minute. Does this work? Yeah, about that. Seems good. I'll just copy the same thing. Instead of minus 0.5, let's do the other side. And probably not this. Yep. Let's do minimum. That and that. That and this. To get the perfect cone shape. This is what I was looking for. But yeah, like instead of doing this, I think I did, instead of minimum, let's use smooth minimum to get the roundness as well. Ooh, hello. But yeah, it's only for the height map, so I don't think that is perfect, but I think it's okay. Anyway, let's check something else. Let's work on the Pinecone. I really want to work on the sphere to make it look more right. That rotate it to be 90. One other thing that I want to take a look at is right before doing this, what happens if we multiply by 1 and 1, and right here gets scaled by 1 and 1. Right about that should be fine. We're gonna add that there to see if that does anything. Yep, it does. Okay, definitely it does. So I think it's better if you don't touch it. That's good to know. Texture wise, I think there is no stretching. Length wise, there is definitely stretching. My idea is probably to do this after, maybe not multiply. Yeah, that works. Yeah. Okay, I think I figured it out. So after do that, do multiply afterwards with the same value to make it unstretch. But there is definitely a difference here. So I don't know why this worked. Oh yeah, never mind. It's only along one axis. Yeah, of course. Then it shouldn't be a problem to make it like a little bit more lesser or bigger. Yeah, okay. That's awesome. That's good to know. Oval shapes doesn't really have that, so I think it's fine. Now let's do a displacement. Put this right in the height map. Let's look at the settings, make this to displacement and bump, and I think that's all cool. Okay, why is this not working again? Adaptive subdivision is cool. Oh, that's why. Principal shader. Let's do that. Let's scale this down. We gotta smooth this stuff out. There is so much to do. And we're gonna do that slowly, one by one. Also, I do have one small trouble here. I'll show you what that is. Let's scale this by 10 instead. I mean, look at this. You see that? That lip and this lip can be played around with, so that's good. Let's make this one. There's something called RGB curves or else float curves. That's right about here, which I can use to make this more flatter. Yep, you see that? That is definitely looking more like it. And definitely we gotta use our very good old smooth function just a tiny bit to make it a little bit more smoother and rounder. And yeah, let's bring down the displacement down to a good value. Let's say 0.75 or 0.15. That's good. We can make this a little bit like that. Make this twice as strong. Yeah, it's a good pine cone, I would say. But the best part comes with this. I mean this, right? And vector math subtract it from our original ones, which is that. Let's do snap 0.1 and let's give it a white noise. And you can tell why this is not working. Let's make this to subtract. Yep, now the issues are almost solved. My P. Hello, Eddie Banks. I'm just trying to fix the stepping issues which always occur. Let's call that and let's paste this here. A little bit smaller value. Still doesn't help. So reason being, let's invert this. Let's do that now. It's almost working. Yeah, that fixed it. Negatives are a big problem probably. Look at that. It definitely fixed all the issues. So what I'm going to do next is add variations. Let's take a look at this. Vector math. Let's also pick some colors right from this, which is that, and roughness all the way up to 1. Yep, it's a good one. Yep, that's cool. Let's do mix color. Yep, and let's subtract this directly. Where is subtract? Sorry about that. I should probably zoom in right there. And you can increase this Now you can see we have a little bit more variation, making this more like the pine cones, you know. So yeah, that's the basic start of how I want to tackle this. I could try vector displacement, but you know, vector displacement is not really something which I want to tackle like at the moment, because there's no real reason to do vector displacement. Yeah, that is the only reason. Also, like, let's do vector rotation. By 90 here. That's good. You can also like scale this. Sorry about that. Right select center 0. Scale X. Scale in general scale. I don't know if that does anything, but you know, it's a cool shape. But yeah, it's a pine cone, I guess. And I think that's passable, I would say. Don't you think? Let's give 5. 10 is fine, but we definitely need to work on that stretching. Yeah, I do like it. So yeah, let's leave it that way. Just by tackling the shape, it looks really cool. Should have done that earlier, but I think it's all right. Now let's take something from this. You can see there is like a radial streaks going on. There's like a lot of dots happening. There is a circular dent right in the middle. Let's tackle one by one, and you know, let's see how far we can push this in photorealism. Let's take that back to math, length, math, subtract from this, math again. Let's do noise. The noise texture, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna use, sorry about that, this one. Let's use that. 50 multiply. Right about this, I think that is good one. Let's give this a larger scale, maybe 2. 3 is good. About that, and let's decrease the roughness to detail to 1. Finally, let's subtract this as well, right to this point. I mean, we can subtract that in general, but I think we have to clamp this value. I don't know which one you guys would prefer, but I would prefer this, because now I can use this factor as how strong I want that extrusion to be, basically. And next up, let's do something else. Let's give this a color as well. So quickly do that, multiply, and let's do that, and use that as our mask. Black will be that, and white would be that. It should technically work, but it should be in mix color. And then next up, we need to give a little bit more details. So let's do this radial thing. The radial thing is happening because of the circular gradients. So how I want to tackle that is by using polar coordinates. The way polar coordinates work is it'll shoot, I mean, it is basically saying how far radial, I mean, how far the point is, like the coordinate is from the center, and what is the angle that is making it with the x-axis. So it's like r comma theta. So that's what I want to try now. So but to do that, let's separate xyz from this. Yep. And take that. Also, I think I'm going to change the song to something different. Let me quickly try something else. Sakura Dreams. Yeah, let's do so. Yeah, let's take math. Let's do arctangent to y map range -1 to 1 to 0 to 1. But it's got to be minus pi to pi minus pi. Yep. The next thing I want to do is just mirror this. So let's do ping pong with 0.5 and shift multiply this by 2. Now we can use a noise 1D node to get this circular stuff, but it gets better when we use this and modulate it with another noise texture with the same coordinates. Yep, write that, because you know we need that stuff. So we can multiply this by 0.25. Instead of 3D noise, let's use 2D noise. And right about there should be a good start. Instead of multiplying and multiplying, I think it's doing like that. Let's use mix. But here in the mix, let's use linear light. But you can tell like everything is same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the give me 1 second. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Right about that. There you go. Now everything is a little different. And from 60, let's make this to 30. I'm going to slightly subtract that. It's going to be so subtle, no one should be able to notice it. You see that? That's good. Next up, I mean, it's still a little noisier, so I think we can add a little bit more linear light to that. But yeah, it's so visible right in the center, and I don't think it is that visible, so I'm going to do a mix with that. I'm going to do that. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, that seems about good. From 30, I'm gonna make this 10 and see if that helps anything. And I'm gonna increase the subtraction here. Yeah, that definitely starts to add more and more details to it, so I'm gonna stick with it. You can tell like it is more outwards towards the end, and you know, inwards towards the center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the whole thing using a gradient. So towards the end, I'm going to take vector math, not here, math, yep, texture coordinates, I take generated, separate xyz, take the y, I mean take the z. Let's do multiply, yep. Yep, look at that and that. That seems about right. Really good. Really happy. We can actually add a little bit of, you know what, let's do a map range. I'm just gonna give a slight bump to that. Yeah. And towards the end, I'm also going to do something else, which is slightly interesting. Oh wow, look at that. It is getting better and better, but you know, like I'm going to change all the center. I'm not going to use those values like I used. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use a different mask, which will be generated through the height map, which I always do. So, you know, that should be very interesting. And also I'm going to give a little bit of surface noise using two noise textures. So let's do that. Noise texture 1, noise texture 2, UV maps. So the UV map is technically going to be this one. So let's do that. Let's do that as well. Vector math add. Let's add the color, not this one, this one. And let's take a look at this one, but let's scale this by subtraction to 0.5. Yep, and scale this to a value of that much. Yep, that seems good. Let's quickly add this on top of this. That will give us surface noise, which is good. I say it. Yeah, it's definitely visible. Now, on top of that, we have spots. For spots, it's the best way to do is using Voronoi texture. Let me quickly check the chat again. At 20 degrees, that would be more interesting. In the previous reference, they were rotated like 20 degrees. What do you mean by that? Sorry. I mean this one? I'm not doing the render itself. I'm just looking at the texture itself. So I'm not yet compositing. So let's wait until the final moment for that one. Oh wow, look at that. I'm gonna take this. This is definitely important. Or this even. I'm gonna multiply this directly using that one. Yep, let's do that. Yeah, you know what? Let's try that. Instead of that, let's give a darkish. That's our AO mask, so that's perfect. You should not really look at the edges because you know it's not tiled. We can make it tiled later on, but for now we are not taking care of that. It's just from this angle it looks good, so I'm happy. It's a texture, so it should be fine. Okay, next up we have Voronoi. For the spots, you know, that little spots you see here and there. We're gonna take care of that now. I have a different idea to do that, but I think for now let's stick to this because this is the best way to do it, I feel. Because if you take a closer look, these are in the shape of this, like this one, and we can technically generate the shape and we can try to scatter it, but too complicated and I don't want to do that. So let's take a easier approach. That, yeah, that should do. Let's do 25. Oh, 25 is too much. 15. Too less. Maybe. Is it too less? Check, check, check. and there is definitely needs a little bit of distortion, so we're gonna take care of that soon. But before that, let's quickly add this. Since it's divided, this one's gotta be a additive node, so that'll be good. Just put this right on top. Okay, now you can check it is very bad looking. So what I'm gonna do next is make this pop out using float curves. Yep. Yep, that's good. The problem being it's too much. Let's decrease the. It's got to be super subtle. It's like bump. No one should be able to even notice that exists. Yep, those are good. Now we can use the same mask to add color. So let's quickly do that. The color is pretty black, so let's take that. Let's do mix. Put this right there and make this black. Like you can tell, this is super uniform, so we have to break it up. So we are going to do that next. So let's do that. Like you can see, it is very scattered everywhere, so shouldn't be that bad. So I'm gonna do, like, let's say 0.25 as well. Let's also do vector maths. So my plan was actually to take the length node that we had here, use that as a multiplication factor to stretch it. But what I want to do there instead is do exactly that, but use scale instead and use a map range node. So then you'll have this stuff, like, twice there, maybe thrice there in the center, and overall you won't have much. That'll be good. Now what I'm going to do next is take the color output, separate them into XYZ, take map greater than half of them. We can delete the half of them, so that's perfect. Let's do multiply there. Yep. Now if you look at that, we have a mask for that. Perfect. We can change the colors, of course. Like here we have to give some noises, which we already have, so I'm gonna pick one of the noise right there. Instead of mix, let's pick another saturated color, which is this. Yeah, we can make it more saturated and less brightness. Yeah, let's work on the next stuff. I also completely forgot about sorry about that. The next step, I want to quickly work on a little bit more of the noises. So the noise seem to have very little effect, but what if I do a lot? Okay, that is too much, so we can keep it subtle but also a little prominent. which is fine. That is okay. Okay. Yeah, the whiteness is going to be interesting. So what I'm going to do is bump. Yeah, let's do bump. Let's average all the noises that we ever did so far. So let's take our really cool looking this one. Yep. And then we'll add this one twice. And then next up we'll add our very old good old this one. And then we'll add this one. And then we'll add this one. This is going to be bump, so I'm going to put this right on top. And then let's divide everything. 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. Yep, that seems good. Let's do bump. Put this right into the normal height, sorry. Put that there and see how that looks. So this, what happens if we plug this right into the roughness socket? Map range, yep. Let's make this 0.9 and 0.7. Yep, maybe 0.6. Next up, we need that layer of white stuff. So what I'm going to do is do geometry on this one, bevel. Let's do dot product. Oh, perfect, isn't it? That's exactly what we were looking for. I also have to do a smooth shade, so I'm just doing that to change that banding, but it'll be fixed. So look at that. Nope, it's not fixed yet. I don't think it'll be a problem, but let's do 16 samples. I think that's all right. Let's do 4 samples for now, and let's increase the pi maybe. Just let's take a look at the Let's give this a quick render to see how that looks. It's definitely not going to look the best right off the bat. We have to do a lot of other stuff. But it's a good start. We have to add a lot of noises to this, which we will. And then we'll see. We'll work on the rest of it. Also give some dramatic lighting to this, because I do like to see how this is gonna look. I mean, I do want to see how this is gonna look in a different lighting setup. The nice room lights. Oh, that is beautiful actually. Let's import our gobos. So let's import, append, rock surface, rock texture, collections, gobo. Okay, perfect. In lights we already have gobos, so that's perfect. So it should be fun. let's look at it right off the bat how that looks. I hope it looks good. We're gonna make it a lot better definitely with the texture itself. There is no variation at all, but the lighting looks decent, don't you guys think? Also, let me turn on the lights. Lamp, which I'll be looking at. Awesome. I don't want to take a small break, so if you guys are still up for it, we can do a little bit longer chat as well. Let's do something. Yeah. Let's take this texture and let's improve it. I'm turning off the gobos, but I'm gonna look at the edges. I know this is super flat there, but I don't think I do like how this looks. So we are not literally doing vector displacement stuff, so I don't think it'll be a good idea to dabble into that when it's not necessary. What happens if I do this? But yeah, it's fine. Let's see. Let's take that. Let's take this. Instead of white, let's give it a little bit of tint. So let's decrease its brightness. Saturation could be a little bit, yeah, somewhere in the blues. I also feel like it's a little bit of greenish stuff so going on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this with some noises. Let's do Musgrave. I never really played with Musgrave that much before, so this should be a good one. So I'm going to use the same textures. Let's do that. Is it that? No, this one. Oh god. Let's plug this there. Okay. 5 to 10 maybe. Let's see what happens if we just multiply it there. Okay, what if we subtract stuff there? Let's do multiply here. and let's append that, and let's do that now. You can get like a point, like a nice fade off there. With that, let's do 5 maybe. Oh wow, that's actually pretty cool. That's really cool actually. Very happy about how that looks at the moment. Surface wise, maybe we can develop a little bit more stuff, and we need a little bit more surface noises, so let's add this. Not multiply. There's a soft light maybe. How about color dodge? Not that much. Darken. No. I know soft light is the best, but I want to quickly see how that adds. What if it adds anything? Okay, it's adding too much surface noise, so I'm gonna keep it really subtle and change this to overlay maybe. Yeah. Now let's turn on the GoPros. Also, let's turn on the denoise, turn off that. Ooh. Definitely the surface itself is looking super bland, so I'm gonna work on that now. The roughness values are super tight at the moment, so what I'm gonna do is, instead of dividing this by 3 or 2, let's just do that. I'm checking if that does anything. Okay, it's good that I'm actually getting the range out now. Yeah, that. Okay, that's good. Let's make the interior super. Let's just smoother step. Let's just smooth step maybe. .5. Maybe let's go 0.5 maybe. Okay, that's good. And I also want to add a complete surface noise, with just noise. So that, let's take that, let's make it 50 to 700. Just like overall refined noise, and just multiply this whole thing with that to give that speckle look. Yeah, let's do that. And also like layer, let's quickly increase this to 0.6. We also need that thing to not mix to black. We want that to be okay, that is fine. This to this, that's all right. From that to that is not all right, so map range. We actually need that, so just doing that quickly. Okay, and you can tell there is a lot of shininess going on there. It's definitely not shininess, and we don't want that. So gonna make it brighter, and then let's quickly add some quick texture details going on. Let's do soft light. Where is soft light? Let's do some soft light stuff there. Sorry about not checking the chat. Little busy over here. I'm just gonna make this right there. A little bit of color variation is good. What do you guys think? And after that, I'm gonna do another color variation on top of this using the other noise, which is this one. RGB to black and white maybe. Let's do the same thing here as well. I mean, I can tell there's a little bit of reds, greens and stuff. That's why I did that, but it looks like it's actually working pretty fine. I want to render this again. So what I'm noticing here is I'm able to nail down the displacement map, but not the color map. So it's always hard to generate a color map. Reason being, I'm not using like what to call it. I mean, I'm technically using the noises that I build the height map with to give variation, but the only problem there is I should also use gradients, to drive the color and everything. That is one thing is pretty hard, but I think we can play around with that a little bit more. And you can tell there is little bit stuff that we have to do. Like wherever there is more brighter values, it has to be more brighter. But yeah, like all the bright values are super rough, and it has to also be porous, so that's where I'm able to, like, I'm trying to differentiate it, but I'm not able to. So I should be a little bit more careful with choosing where I want to displace and where I don't want to. So yeah, that should be interesting. Actually, I was thinking on top of all of this, right? Like, yeah, at the moment it kind of looks super shiny again, and I do not like the lighting at all. This is how the flat texture looks. It's fine, honestly, but yeah, I do not really I have no words for this one particular thing. Oh yeah, let me just play with the texture itself. I don't know why there's a bit of metalness. And specular value is constant, which is never a good thing. Let's give this to specular, and now it's making it look a little bit more how I would want it to look like. So let's use the map range node for the specular, put that there, put this value in the roughness, which is good. Now let's invert this from 1 there, but a bit less shinier. Okay, that's cool. We don't want any sheen, no emission, no transmission, nothing. Okay, let's see. We don't want any subsurface scattering as well. Oh yeah, it's gotta be super low actually. I don't know why I gave that. Yeah, 0.3 is good from 0.8. Yeah, let's check that out. Now we can play with the color values a little bit longer. So for that, let's quickly decrease this. Yeah, I think it's gotta be more layers. What do you guys think? Yeah, so 5 that had its power definitely. 2.5 multiply. Okay, why is this? Okay, definitely not correct, so we have to make this. The color itself might be wrong, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a different color setup. Let's pick something different. Gobo object seems okay, Gobo volume is not, so let's quickly change that. For our desired lighting, let's make it this 25. Volume, let's give this a different volume. The volume itself is okay. That's okay. Yep. Gobo object, super bright. Make it brighter apparently. But yeah, let's not do that. Of course, why would we want to do that? Plus 30 seems. Yeah, let's do 45 maybe, because brighter looks better. Okay, let's go to the Gobo object again. 55. Okay, and then area lamp. Is there an area lamp here? Oh, lovely. That is so good. But also like let's quickly this is in Filmic. Let's change this to AGX and everything is going to go super. Let's do punchy. Punchy seems lovely, but yeah, this noise on surface seems too much, so I'm gonna decrease that. Okay, where is it? Overlay. Let's overlay this just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit there. Yeah. I was thinking, why is it so super shiny? I then realized it's not the shine that is happening there. It is actually, yeah. This is what's happening. I'll show you. The white stuff is actually white, but it's all black here. That's what's happening. Yep. Let's not leave that super that way, but also like let's quickly change this to 3 maybe. 4, but also let's make it 2 here. 0.5. Yeah, also we need to add a little bit more to this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take everything, put it right there, take the center stuff that I did, which was somewhere around here maybe. Yep, that changes to 12 maybe, or like maybe 1. Like literally no one cares. That is fine. Put it right there and just mix it with your white. Let's do that, because yeah, that is not a good one actually. 25. 25 is too much, so 12 is still too much, so 5. 5 seems okay, but again, a lot of things could go wrong or go right. So let's give this a quick render again, but I'm not going to put this to punchy, except I'm going to go to the compositor, use nodes, go to my previous file again. I'm going to append. No. What I'm going to do, yeah, file, append, node groups, film grain, file, group, film grain. Let's put it this right here. File, import, snake scales, not snake scales. So let's go more recent. Royal Ammonite, rendering, pump, compositor. Let's copy all these 3 nodes. Let's go again to Pinecone, don't save. This right there. Yep, this is it. Let's take a look at that. And let's go procedural, UVs, rendering, F12. I hope it looks good. Comparatively, it should look good. But there's a lot we can do there, so it's fine. Wow. That's really interesting. Okay, right off the bat, there's some things that I want to tackle here, but immediately I have some questioning problems. Let's do denoise. Auto V. Let's go V maybe. It looks amazing with lighting, but there's definitely stuff I have to do to the shader itself. What I'm going to do next is probably very stupid and not what I would ever do if I get a chance. I'm going to take the previous one. Look at that. Instead of subtract, I'm going to do add. Linear dodge. Color dodge. Nope, not color dodge. Let's do lighten. Lighten, nope. Min darken. Lighten is maximum with the clamp, so I think let's do multiply. That's actually very interesting how it looks like a dragon scale material of the sudden. Wow, look at that. That is one texture I would never ever imagine this would look like. I actually want to give this a quick render because that looks totally out of place. Don't you think? Let's do that again. Oh my god. Oh wow, that is weird. But yeah, like I know that would happen, but that's all right. There's actually a factor. This could be a cool thing if I had a chance to do at some point, but this is not mean, this technically looks like subtract, so like this and subtract looks super similar. But I do like how that looks actually. So what I'm gonna do next is take another this. Instead of doing this, I'm gonna do something weird. Like, I would never do this, promise, in my entire life, if not for educational purposes. Like, look at this. That's gonna look very interesting. Let's do full black there. What if we go up? Wait a minute. I have a question. Why is this and this? Oh God, okay, that's why. Because I'm doing it to the factor. Okay, this is going to be very interesting. Because look at this. Take that. Actually, I have another idea. Oh yeah, I have another idea. Final. Actually, let's do this. Let's take everything that we did so far, which is that, and let's distort it. I don't know why I did not do that yet. That's it. I know it looks super jumbled, but there's definitely improvements that we can do. Immediately I can tell like the surface is not looking anything like I expected it to. And here it is looking super sharp and everything. So that is one thing I'm trying to do from that time. It's probably because, yeah, let's make this to, yeah, right there. Now we have the sharp things, sharp cuts. But yeah, I just want to give it a slight, yeah, that is a little bit better, I feel. Okay, let's improve the lighting again. Yep, that's good. Yep, we also need a little bit more rim light, so I'm gonna add another light, area light, rotate X90, rotate Z90, rotate Z90, G, Z. I'm gonna make this as disc, no ellipse. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look at more details. From the edges, there is a little bit more stuff, and in center there is stuff, and it's very rough. Okay, let's not worry too much about how that looks. Um, let's do multiply here. Yes, that's exactly what I was looking for. Perfect. And it looks super shiny. Okay, let's try that. Because of this. Yep, that's cool. Okay, and okay, let's quickly render this again and see how that looks. Oof. This is an interesting one. Okay. These are too dark, so we can change that. And surface wise, I do like it, but it's too dark and too bright at the areas, and it's not really showing us that much. So what I'm going to do next is probably something which you all have expected, so that's all right. Let's take a look at how that looks, how this looks. Okay, whoa, that is too much. Let's do a slight right about that, 70%. Yep. Here let's not make that one too much. Let's make this twice as strong. Also, I never thought of generating the height RGB curves to black and white. Let's try that. And math, adding both of them, and dividing by 2, multiply them, multiplying them by 2 should give us a different result. Oh, damn. Sorry. I completely forgot how quiet I was. I have no idea why. Okay, let's see. Okay, I have another question. Okay, another possible betterment, separate expensive. Yep. I don't know why I did not add this, but this is very important, I feel. Using soft light. Where is soft light? Yep. Variation. The more variation, the better. Color variation. Yep. And after that, we have this one, this color. Instead of that, let's do 3 different soft lights. Separate color again. So that, and that. Okay. Let's do 1 soft light and 1 multiply and 1 overlay. Yep, that is 1, and there is another one here. So let's duplicate more soft lights. 1, 2, 3. Let's do separate color here again. Let's cancel that. X, Y, and Z. Let's do that. Let's check how that looks. Okay, that is fine. Let's do darken, and let's do screen, maybe not screen, sorry. Let's do overlay. So we have different colors, and then we have that, we have that, we have that, we have that. That itself is a lot, actually. Yeah, and overall we also can give a little bit of bump, so we can, let's add bump to the overall thing. So let's just put a normal there. That itself will make it look so much better. I've completely forgot we can do that. Let's do 0.04, maybe 0.02. Yeah, that's just a little better. So let's give that a quick render. You can see how far we have come from the previous one to this one just by adding the bump. I completely forgot about that. So that is a big jump, and it's a little subtle as well. So I'm a little happy on how that looks. Let's look at the final render to see if that helps at all. Okay, I do like how that looks, but it's probably not the best one I made, but I'm happy. So I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna call this Pinecone. Let's call this day 9, day 09. Material. Yep. Let's save this, and let's give this a prettier render just by rotating this. Okay, so on top of everything, I think I'll just decrease the final displacement to 0.12 maybe, and then Just increase the scale tiny bit from 10 to 12. Yeah, that seems like a good one. So let's give that a quick render. Yeah, I think this is our final render. I mean, definitely there is a lot to improve, but yeah, it's all right. Oh, that looks amazing. Let's save this. Save as. Pinecone 2. Yep. Okay. I think I've been streaming for more than 3 hours, so I think that's it, guys. I'll probably stream again later, but have a good day. Hopefully you guys enjoy the stream. I'll see you later. Bye.